Hey guys, sorry about that. I was having some connection problems, so I came inside. Hopefully, I won't have connection problems now. I just wanted to finish what I was saying. So, we have to remember where we came from, how we got to this point. You know, there was a time where people would sail across the ocean, not knowing if they would live or die. They'd take their whole family and they would sail across the ocean, and many of their children would get sick and they would die on the boat, and they wouldn't even get a proper burial. They would be thrown out to sea, and that's the last time their parents would ever see them. And they'd finally get to America after a months-long journey, and many of them weren't going there on their own dime. They had sold themselves into what was called indentured servitude, where they would essentially agree to be servants or slaves, essentially, for 7 years, them and their children. Many of them separated from their children to never see them again because they wouldn't know where their children end up. And they would do this just for the opportunity, the chance to be free, to leave a situation where they were tyrants, where a king can imprison them for what they say, where a king could take what is theirs, can tax them to a point where they can't make a living. But these were the smartest people because they understood the value of true freedom. They understood they would do anything to escape tyranny for just one breath, even if it's 7 years from now and the chance of death, for just one chance to be free. And I see society today and I look where we've come, and people cheer on as the government cuts taxes, maybe from 35% to 25%. But we threw tea off a boat over 3%. We started a revolution after a revolution over 3%. Where have our sense of liberty gone? A police state which uses Samsung televisions, see WikiLeaks, and uses our computers and our phones and Siri and Alexa to spy on us. The NSA, revealed by Snowden, to record everything we do. Because the government watches us, the government derives its power from us. And we need to remember where we've come from. Because as Edward Snowden calls it, it's turnkey tyranny. So even if you're not a place in your mind where you think the surveillance state has already put us under the police state, under tyranny, the place that I am at, understand what Snowden is saying. He's saying that there is so much power within the surveillance state that if the government decides, they could essentially turn a key and they will have ultimate power. Say there's someone like me, someone who fights against the government. Well, let's say they use that surveillance state to blackmail someone I love, and they tell me that, I don't know, maybe they tell me my mom's going to jail for 20 years unless I stop going against the government. Well, what do you think happens? People stop going against the government. We need to fight back now before it's too late. It is the anniversary of the birthday of this country. We need a rebirth of 1776. If you're not standing up against injustice, then you're part of the injustice. It's time to pick a side. It's time to stand up for America. You know, Seth Rich stood up for America. I got dressed like an American flag right now, and I know if he were here, he'd be dressed as a flag also. Decked out, Budweiser in his hand, having a good time. And he'd be telling his friends what liberty is. So I hope you do the same. I just wanted to touch base with you. I have been having some connection problems. I'm at a family member's house. They live on the water, so obviously it's beautiful here, as you guys saw when I was outside. But I just wanted to touch base and let you know it's time to stand up against tyranny. Hope you have a good day. Eat some burgers. Enjoy yourself. It's an American holiday. Tom Anderson, Founding Fathers Resurrected News.